Pacing your story without boring your readers is one of the hardest things to figure out. Plots often stagnate in the middle, big events feel random, and readers lose interest. But there's a simple way to fix this. Picture a line of dominoes that gradually increase in size. You tap the first tiny domino, and it knocks over a slightly bigger one. That bigger domino hits an even larger one. This continues until eventually that chain reaction reaches a massive domino at the end. Imagine those dominoes falling over as the events in your story. Each event or action taken by characters builds on the previous events or actions, gradually escalating until it reaches the largest event, the climax. Let's start with the smallest domino, the inciting incident. This is the event that disrupts normal life and kicks off your entire story. In Attack on Titan, the inciting incident is the colossal titan breaking through the wall. In Death Note, it's Light Yagami finding the notebook. In My Hero Academia, it's Deku being chosen as All Might's successor. Your inciting incident doesn't need to be the biggest event in your story. In fact, it shouldn't be. In Attack on Titan, the wall breaking is a massive moment for the characters, but compared to what happens later in the story, the basement reveal, the Marley arc, the rumbling, it's relatively small. The first domino is big enough to matter for the story, but small enough that you have room to escalate. If you start at maximum intensity, you have nowhere to go. The inciting incident should answer one question for your readers: why should I care what happens next? Once you have that, you can start building. After your inciting incident, you need a series of events that gradually increases in intensity and consequences, each one slightly bigger than the last. This is where most manga either succeed or lose readers due to bad pacing. Let's use a simple example. If your protagonist was fighting a street-level thug in the last chapter, the next chapter wouldn't be against the final endgame villain. That's skipping too much. Instead, the next domino might be a gang leader, then maybe a slightly more powerful underling of the villain, then a powerful organization. Each event raises the intensity and builds the reader's investment. The space between dominoes matters just as much as the dominoes themselves. You don't want events pressed too tightly together with no breathing room. Readers need time to process what just happened, see characters react, and build anticipation for the next event. But you also don't want dominoes spaced too far apart. If too much time passes between major plot points, readers lose momentum and interest. This strategy gives you a visual way to see this. When you map out your plot points, you can literally see if they're too clustered or too spread out. The best part about the domino method is that it forces you to think about consequences of each event or action when you write out your story. In Full Metal Alchemist, Edward and Alphonse attempting to bring back their mother leads to Ed losing his limbs and Al losing his body. That consequence leads to their next action of seeking the Philosopher's Stone and becoming state alchemists. Their connections as state alchemists and search for the Philosopher's Stone lead them to state conspiracies. Those conspiracies lead them to uncover the homunculi. Those homunculi lead them to learning about the true nature of the Philosopher's Stone. And eventually the final battle with Father. Each event or action has consequences that lead to the next major event. When you're planning out your dominoes, ask yourself, what consequence or reality does this event create that makes the next event inevitable? As you get closer to your climax, your events should be getting noticeably bigger. Your climax is the biggest domino. Everything before it has been building the momentum needed to knock it over. And here's something that trips up a lot of writers. Your climax domino can't just appear out of nowhere. It needs to be set up earlier in your domino chain, even if readers don't realize it's there yet. This is why foreshadowing can really be crucial. We can give readers a small glimpse of the final domino early in the story without it actually falling over, even if they don't know what it means yet. So how do you actually use this method? Start by listing every major plot point you have planned for your story or everything you want to happen at some point, no matter how random the list is. Don't worry about the order yet, just get them all down. Then, arrange them from the smallest consequences to the largest consequences. Now look at your list. Can each event logically lead to the next one? If not, you either need to add connecting dominoes in between or rearrange them. In conclusion, the domino method works because it mirrors how readers experience stories. Begin with a small, inciting incident that starts the chain of events that leads to the climax. Gradually increase the size of your dominoes, with each event or action becoming more intense, more dangerous, and more important as the plot moves forward. If this video helped you, hit the like button and leave a comment below. And don't forget to join our Discord community. The link is in the description. It's a great place to share your work and connect with fellow creators. Thanks for watching.